I'm Jonathan Watt, and I am the Executive Secretary of the Global Mission Board of the RPCNA, and I'm pleased to give you an opportunity to have a little bit of an oversight of what we have been doing for the number of years and hope to do, Lord willing, over the next few years, particularly with the help of many supporters in so many ways to the Mission Board and also in connection with the RPMNM. The Global Mission Board was formerly known as the Foreign Mission Board, and its works go back easily in connection with North American missions back to the 19th century. We've had historic missions in places such as China in the latter part of the 19th century, Syria as well for quite a number of years. We were in Cyprus in two phases. One of them was late 19th and into the 20th century, and then again starting in the 1990s. We've had work in Japan since the 1950s, albeit Japan is now a presbytery with which we are in sort of a cooperative agreement with and have been for a while now. Thanks to the efforts and the generosity of many people, we're able to do these things because we desire to fully sustain the missionaries that we send overseas. We don't want for them to have to arrange either for their own income or their own expenses or anything like that. We'd like to fully support them as much as possible and are glad to have been able to do that historically and hope to continue to do that for many years to come. Because of also the gifts that come through us directly, as well as endowment funds that have been built up, as well as by watching our expenses and hopefully doing things as easily and cleanly and smoothly as we can on the home front, as well as focused on the overseas fronts, we believe we've been able to accomplish quite a bit in connecting with other nations and other people groups. In more recent years, we've had a new ministry going into southern Sudan. We have been there for better part of a decade. This marks in some ways a new direction for the GMB. We've had some rather more expensive operations in places such as Japan and Cyprus. We have reached out to some of the developing nations in more recent years. Sudan, of course, South Sudan being one of them. Also, we're in the process of being able to plant new works in connection with India as well as Pakistan. Each of those a little bit different from the other, but in terms of our operations there, but those are some of the new works going on right now. We also have had a very active short-term mission team effort for now about 20 years, and that has been headed up by Matt Filbert, who is both a part of the board, part of the fundraising and publicity efforts of the board, but is also now with 20 years or so of experience under his belt in the short-term mission teams overseas. Let's hear from Matt and see what he has to add in to the picture.
Hello, my name is Matt Filbert. I'm the Director of RP Missions, a short-term mission arm of RP Global Missions. And I've had the benefit over the last 18 years of serving the denomination through RP Global Missions to prepare young people for a lifetime of service to Christ and His church. RP Missions came about after I had a short-term mission experience through a parachurch organization. I began to think of ways in which short-term missions could be undertaken from a Reformed perspective under the umbrella of the church. So over these 18 years, we've had about 500 participants that have gone through the program. We've seen about 30 of those go on to seminary training. Others have gone on to long-term missionary service or long-time service within the confines of the church. And it has been a great blessing to me to enjoy the type of support that the denomination could offer as this idea was being developed. So not only has RP Global Missions, the board, aided me in promoting vision, but they've also sought to promote the establishment of vision in the young people that have participated in the program over the years. And one of the ways in which they've sought to encourage young people to take advantage of these opportunities has been by providing scholarship funds toward the cost of their mission trip. So this is another direct way in which the denomination is investing in the next generation of Christian servants by, in a tangible way, helping them overcome the obstacle of finance to go forth and to experience ministry, to get to work in close proximity with pastors and elders and missionaries that they too might become infected with this vision of carrying out the Great Commission in a very practical and tangible way.